True freedom isn't just about having no responsibilities. It's about making your own choices. Consider the story of a woman who has always been told what her life should look like. Graduate, find a job, get married, and conform to society's expectations. She follows these steps, yet deep inside something feels off. She doesn't feel satisfied with the daily grind, societal pressures, or living up to other people's expectations. Instead of just going along with the system's demands, she starts to think for herself. She questions her upbringing and the predetermined path she's supposed to follow. Gradually, she begins to distance herself from the mainstream, guided by her own beliefs and values. This woman represents the essence of a Sigma female. If you're here, you probably feel the same desire, a need to break free from what others expect of you. The Matrix wants everyone to fit in, dictating who they should be and what they should desire. However, a Sigma female doesn't just blend into someone else's story. She writes her own. You are more than the labels the world tries to give you. If you're the type to question things, to stand out from the crowd, and to carve your own way, then this video is made for you. Watch it to discover why the Matrix can't hold back someone like you, and how your true strength is in living beyond what it expects. Let's explore you unique individuals. Number 1. She is not for sale. The Sigma female stands strong against one of the most effective tricks used by the Matrix: materialism. While the system operates on buying and selling and uses money, status, and things you own as signs of success and power, she does not follow these norms. In the Matrix's eyes, everything can be priced, and people can be influenced, controlled, or tempted by their wish for wealth, fame, or safety. However, the Sigma female does not care for what money or status can bring. Her values are built on internal qualities, not on acquiring stuff. She is not drawn to fancy things or the chance to move up socially because she bases her worth on more meaningful elements. The things that tempt many, large homes, pricey cars, constant admiration, do not control her. To her, these are just temporary diversions, not real signs of success. She does not seek approval from a paycheck, a job title, or other people's compliments. Her life is shaped by her own beliefs, independence, and self-development, not by what others see as achievements. This separation from materialism makes her a wild card, beyond control. The Matrix depends on people wanting things it can provide, using riches and status as incentives to make them follow rules. But the Sigma female is not influenced by these lures, because her drive comes from a very different source. She does not rely on what the system can offer to feel complete, which makes her tough to control using common methods. Her freedom from material ties poses a challenge to the Matrix. It cannot purchase her support, influence her choices, or catch her in its scheme because she is indifferent to what it can provide. She is already wealthy in values, intent, and self-esteem, making her a formidable opponent to a system dependent on material-based influence. Number 2. She challenges the system's very foundations. A Sigma female doesn't merely doubt the rules. She scrutinizes the system that makes them. Unlike most who accept the handed-down structures and beliefs, the Sigma female doesn't stop at asking, "Why are things like this?" She probes further, questioning, "Who gains if I believe this?" Her inquiries are deep, cutting through to the core of the system and unveiling its dependence on people not questioning to operate. The Matrix relies on people blindly accepting its programming, societal expectations, cultural standards, and the paths laid out for them. These elements keep individuals aligned, always aiming for approval, wealth, or status, without questioning the deeper motives driving these desires. However, the Sigma female avoids this trap of accepting beliefs without scrutiny. She realizes that societal frameworks are crafted to control, to direct people into predictable behaviors that benefit the system, not the person. By posing the right questions, she not only disputes the established story, but also disassembles it. This isn't mere defiance. It's about discovering the truth and peeling back the layers of deceit that the matrix conceals. The more she delves, the more the system is laid bare. The matrix cannot function without the trust and obedience of those who follow its rules without question, and the Sigma female's refusal to conform makes it vulnerable. Her ability to interrogate the very structure that sustains the system marks her as a true outlier. She doesn't just dismiss the programming, she reveals its flaws, showing it as unnecessary and designed to keep people confined. With each query, she weakens its foundations, making it less powerful. The matrix loses its grip when confronted by someone who can see through its facade, and the Sigma female is that person who draws back the curtain to expose it for what it really is. A system that thrives only on the unchallenged compliance of those too scared to question. Number 3. She sees past what society expects. The Sigma female has a special skill to recognize the pretense of social conditioning. While most people follow societal norms without thinking, pursuing what they believe will bring them success, happiness, or purpose, she pauses and questions everything. She doesn't only ask why certain rules are in place, she investigates who benefits from these rules and at what cost. The matrix relies on these hidden norms to guide behavior, but she reveals them for what they truly are, tools of manipulation. For her, what society expects has no sway. She doesn't judge her value by traditional markers like status, wealth, or relationships, because she knows that these are just ideas made to keep people pursuing goals that benefit the system, not the individual. While others are burdened by what they should do and must do, she completely questions their importance. She doesn't resist just to oppose. She simply won't let old-fashioned beliefs control her life. Her method isn't about noisy defiance, it's about silent freedom. She chooses her own way, one that fits her beliefs and truth, no matter how different it may appear. The matrix, which thrives on everyone being the same, cannot influence someone who ignores its standards. When others rush to conform, she shapes a life that suits her, independent from the sway of societal expectations. This independence makes her a threat to the system. Her rejection goes beyond just saying no. She actively lives outside the usual boundaries, showing others that the entire playbook is irrelevant. The matrix loses its power when people no longer trust its rules, and the Sigma female demonstrates that these rules were never essential. She's not merely avoiding the system, she's proving to everyone that the system was never real to start with. Number 4. Emotional independence is her power. The Sigma female's key strength is her control over her emotions. Unlike many who base their self-worth and happiness on what others think, do, or approve of, she marches to the beat of her own drum. She doesn't let anyone else, whether it's a partner, family, friends, or society, determine her emotional state. She has built a strong inner foundation, which shields her from the emotional snares that the world often sets to manipulate people. When manipulative tactics like fear, guilt, or shame are used against her, they fail to impact her. She doesn't respond as most people would, because she doesn't allow the chaos from outside to govern her feelings. She isn't easily upset by negative comments, nor does she seek applause. She recognizes that these manipulation tactics are meant to make people seek validation and remain predictable. By opting out of this game, she makes herself invulnerable. This isn't about being unfeeling. It's about seeing things clearly. She experiences emotions deeply, but they are genuinely hers. Her feelings aren't shaped by others' judgments or pushed by societal norms. She knows her limits well and upholds them without excuses. Her strength doesn't come from excluding others, but from knowing herself so well that she doesn't rely on anyone else for her calm. This emotional self-sufficiency makes her very difficult to manipulate. Others can't coerce her by making her feel guilty or win her over with flattery. The Matrix feeds on exploiting vulnerabilities, but for the Sigma female, there are no weaknesses to target. Her command over her emotions is her best defense, making her a force that the system cannot overwhelm. Number 5. She breaks free from all labels. The Sigma female has no interest in being pigeonholed by society's categories or tags. While many people spend their lives trying to find the perfect group to fit into, be it through social roles, career paths, or even personality types, she completely rejects the notion of needing these labels at all. To her, labels are just a way to control people. They are meant to set boundaries, restrict, and tell someone who they should be, but she won't allow anyone or anything to define her. This isn't just about being contrary or opposing for the sake of it. She realizes that accepting a label means accepting all the rules, expectations, and limitations that it carries. Even labels that seem empowering can actually be confining. By dismissing them all, she stands out as unique in a world that tries hard to categorize her. The Matrix, which depends on everyone being predictable and conforming, finds it hard to comprehend someone who doesn't fit into its strict definitions. The Sigma female's identity is ever-changing, genuine, and determined by herself alone. She acknowledges her complexity and accepts it without trying to make it simpler for others. Her life isn't about showing off how different or unique she is. It's about living freely without the labels society tries to attach to her. Because she rejects the very idea of labels, the Matrix can't control her. It struggles to influence someone it can't understand, nor can it apply rules to someone who doesn't accept its authority. By doing away with labels, she liberates herself from the expectations, judgments, and roles that society attempts to enforce on her. This makes her a force that cannot be confined, silenced, or controlled. To the Matrix, she is not just a problem, she is a puzzle without a solution. Thank you for staying till here. This level of support keeps us going and making more videos for all of you. Let's get back into the video. Number 6. She sees through the false sense of choice. The Sigma female can discern the misleading nature of choice. While many people think they control their own lives through the various options they're presented, she understands that these options are often merely two sides of the same coin, both meant to keep them restricted within a system. The Matrix excels in this deception, presenting paths that seem distinct but ultimately lead to the same result: control. Yet she doesn't get tricked. She doesn't simply choose the best option. She questions, who designed these choices and for what purpose? This approach helps her recognize the hidden motives and constraints behind the options she encounters. Whether it's the false sense of freedom in careers, societal norms, or personal relationships, she notices the manipulations. Rather than selecting from the given choices, she forges her own way. Her defiance against these norms makes her unpredictable and ungovernable. The Matrix counts on individuals selecting from its predefined choices, confident about how each choice will contribute back to the system. However, the Sigma female's knack for avoiding these snares means she's always a step ahead. She doesn't feel compelled to choose the conventional or secure because she knows that true freedom isn't handed out. It's crafted by oneself. By making her own choices, she effectively avoids the influence of the system. The Matrix cannot control someone who doesn't engage in its game. She regains her independence, demonstrating that real liberty isn't about the range of choices presented. It's about rejecting the confines of those choices. This level of insight and self-reliance makes her a force that the system can neither foresee, manipulate, nor control. Number 7. She truly believes in herself, and nobody can change that. The Sigma female is like a safe when it comes to believing in herself. Most people look for approval from others, through compliments, social media likes, or general acceptance. But she's different. Her confidence remains steady, no matter what others think, because it's rooted deep inside her, out of reach from anyone else. This deep-rooted self-belief isn't just a show, it's her true nature. The Matrix operates on people's insecurities. It thrives on our desire to be liked, approved, and accepted, using these feelings to steer and control us. Many people follow this system because they're scared of being rejected, or they're eager for some recognition. However, the Sigma female stands apart from these influences. She doesn't rely on others to affirm her worth because she's already secure in herself. Praise doesn't swell her ego, and criticism doesn't shake her. She only considers feedback that resonates with her personal beliefs. All else has no effect on her. This level of self-assurance makes her unreachable. The Matrix can't manipulate someone who isn't interested in its game of seeking approval. It can't sell her its ideas of success, beauty, or value because she sets her own standards. There are no weak spots in her self-image for the system to exploit. No vulnerabilities it can exaggerate to control her. Her self-validation goes beyond mere confidence. It's like an unbreakable code. It allows her to navigate the world with a calm force, unaffected by what others think. This poses a challenge to the Matrix, which relies on people feeling uncertain to maintain its dominance. For the Sigma female, the system has no sway because her value was never a question to begin with. Number 8. She's a total surprise. The Sigma female is the wild card in a world that likes things to be predictable. The Matrix, or any control system, is designed to recognize patterns and forecast actions. It depends on people sticking to the usual ways, habits, and societal rules, which makes it easier to steer their decisions. However, the Sigma female completely breaks away from these patterns. Her choices are so unique and fresh that not even the most sophisticated systems can keep up. Her unpredictability isn't because she's chaotic or spontaneous. It comes from her strong sense of independence. She doesn't follow the latest trends, seek others' approval, or fit into standard expectations, which means her actions can't be boxed into the predictable categories the system uses. While most people behave predictably, reacting to social signals in expected ways, she chooses her own route, often selecting the less obvious option simply because it matches her personal beliefs, not because it's fashionable or expected. This quality of being untraceable and surprising makes her a real outlier. The Matrix struggles to influence someone whose next step can't be guessed by its algorithms. When it attempts to guide her one way, she completely avoids it, often choosing a path nobody else would think of. She isn't predictable, not as a form of protest, but as a natural outcome of her independent thought. Her unique approach isn't noisy or showy, it's thoughtful and intentional. She shakes up the system not by attacking it directly, but by being someone it can't label, foresee, or sway. In a system that's fixated on control, her unpredictability is the biggest challenge to the Matrix. She's not just a minor error, she's the reason it can never fully succeed. Number 9. She isn't scared of losing anything. The Sigma female can stay calm and unaffected by the fear of loss, a trait that almost makes her unbeatable in a world where insecurity and attachment rule. While many people are controlled by the fear of losing friendships, belongings, or their social standing, she has learned how to let go. She knows that losing things is a part of life, but she doesn't let it shape who she is or dictate her choices. In the Matrix, the fear of losing is a powerful tool. It manipulates people into holding on to temporary things like money, fame, or relationships. These attachments are exactly what keep people stuck in the system, always chasing after what they fear they might lose. However, the Sigma female doesn't rely on outside things to feel valuable. She isn't afraid to leave behind situations, people, or opportunities that don't match her principles, knowing her inner peace doesn't depend on these outside factors. Her ability to detach isn't about being uncaring or indifferent. It's about understanding that her real worth comes from within, not from what she owns or what others think of her. She doesn't connect her happiness to specific outcomes, which protects her from the emotional traps many others fall into. When others might freeze up fearing they might lose something, she stays calm and makes choices that strengthen her rather than keep her trapped in fear. This independence from fear poses a challenge to the system that survives on making people feel dependent and emotionally manipulated. The Matrix can't control someone who isn't afraid to lose what it provides, because for her, every loss is just another chance to grow, not a vulnerability to be exploited. The Sigma female's power comes from her ability to not fear what many others desperately hold on to, making her truly invincible. Number 10. Her curiosity weakens the system. The Sigma female uses her curiosity as a tool that the Matrix can't counter. While many people simply accept the shallow stories they are given, believing whatever they are told and sticking to the usual script, she does not. She questions everything: the stories society promotes, the supposed facts, or the beliefs widely accepted as true. She looks deeper, uncovering the hidden reasons and plans behind them. Her constant questioning distinguishes her. She does not take the world as it appears because she understands that what we see is often not the whole truth. Where others just follow along, she looks for the flaws in what appears to be true. She disputes the stories the Matrix tries to push, posing tough questions that others avoid. Why does the system push us to conform? Who gains from this? What if we viewed things differently? Her knack for spotting these flaws poses a threat to the system. The Matrix depends on people not knowing the truth, offering them simplified, controlled versions of reality to keep them subdued. However, the Sigma female refuses to be deceived by these falsehoods. She doesn't just accept the answers she receives. She searches until she finds the truth that the system tries to conceal. Her curiosity undermines the Matrix because it reveals its weaknesses and forces it to expose its true nature. It cannot keep control over someone who constantly questions and looks deeper. While most remain caught in the usual narrative, the Sigma female's relentless quest for knowledge enables her to escape its hold. Her curiosity not only makes her more knowledgeable, it makes her a danger to a system that relies on keeping people uninformed. Number 11. She thrives in her unique journey. The Sigma female carves out a path that's distinctly hers, ignoring the standard roadmap most people follow. While society often charts a course based on what's considered normal or successful, like climbing the corporate ladder or adhering to certain life milestones, she chooses a different route. Her journey isn't about reaching a destination society approves of. It's about exploring and growing in ways that resonate with her own spirit. This personal exploration makes her baffling to the matrix, which expects everyone to follow a predictable path. But the Sigma female values her own experiences over societal accolades. She understands that real growth comes from walking her own path, not one that's been trodden by millions before her. This individualistic approach not only sets her apart, it makes her a role model for others who yearn to break free from societal constraints. Her life is a testament that success isn't about what you achieve according to others, but what you discover about yourself and how you grow. Number 12. She builds on inner strength. The Sigma female doesn't rely on external forces to fortify her. Her strength comes from within. In a world that often tells women their value is dependent on external validation, be it through looks, relationships, or social status, she stands firm in knowing her worth stems from her inner qualities. She cultivates resilience, wisdom, and emotional intelligence, which guide her through life's challenges. This inner fortitude is what makes her impenetrable to the Matrix's attempts to define her by superficial standards. She knows that true strength isn't about how much you can influence others or how many followers you have, but about how well you can navigate your own life. Her independence and self-sufficiency scare the Matrix because these traits can't be controlled or commodified. She is powerful not because of what she owns or who she knows, but because she is unshakably herself. This inner strength allows her to lead a life of authenticity and purpose, unaffected by the fleeting trends and pressures of the external world. The Matrix can't control a Sigma female because she doesn't follow its rules. She stands apart from the crowd, doesn't seek approval, and doesn't let fear make her choices. Her strength comes from being independent, thinking for herself, and not letting society's limits hold her back. She doesn't need others to tell her she's valuable, and she's not tricked by the false rewards of success that the Matrix offers. She's a powerful force, living on her own terms, and that's why she poses a threat to a system that relies on everyone being the same and under control. If this message strikes a chord with you, you might just be a Sigma female. You don't fit into the standard categories society has, and you never will. Your journey isn't straightforward, and that's not a disadvantage. It's your strength. You see past the illusions the Matrix tries to set up, and instead of just going along, you live by your own set of rules. Cherish this distinctiveness. Don't be sorry for questioning the world around you, or for walking a path that's different from most. Your skill to think freely, to stand strong during tough times, and to stay true to who you are is crucial for breaking free from the Matrix's hold. The world needs more women like you, women who notice the flaws in the system and choose not to conform. Keep questioning, keep pushing boundaries, and most importantly, keep leading your own way. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed, then leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the next one. Until next time.